Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is J.S. Matthews and welcome back to Writing and Role-Playing. Today we're going to pick up right where we left off. We did Balin last time, and today we're going to be painting Gandalf from the Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth board game, the Shadow Paths expansion. So I started by just priming Gandalf pretty simply with some black, and then I did a little bit of gray over the top, sort of like a zenithal highlight. I don't really have any white paint right now, so that had to do. But anyways, I mean, it's Gandalf the Grey, so we're going to be sticking with the gray here. And again, I'm continuing my wonderful tradition of painting in the very corner of my camera. I do promise by the end of this, it does actually get a little better, but I apologize. I'll get better as we go on here. Only a second, mini painting video, so we'll get a little better there. But I cover his robes in gray, and then I go straight here with I think this is Stegodon Scale Green, I believe it is. And I think I threw a little bit of gray into it and mixed it up in a little wet palette and started adding that for his cloak, and I just cover his whole cloak with this, and then I also hit his hat with the same color. I add a little bit of Lothern blue in there though for the hat, just to kind of give it a little more of a blue color, and I think I did a really good job with that color, to be honest. I do want this to be a little more, I don't want to say gritty or dark or whatever, but a little more of a realistic paint job, and Tolkien does describe Gandalf as having a blue hat. So I decided, we'll go with the gray robes, a kind of like a grayish blue cloak, and then finally a little bit of a brighter blue-gray hat. And I think it really, really worked out well. Also, don't forget to get underneath the hat there. I almost forgot that and had to kind of go back and do it, but thankfully I caught it. Now this next color is Dryad Bark, and it's just a dark brown, and I decided to hit his boots with this. So I get both boots, and then I also hit his scabbard, and I hit his staff as well with this. So nice coverage on a couple different things with just this one color. Alright, now next up I got a little bit of white here, and I'm just going to brush it on for his beard. And again, I start with just a pure white, and I just got kind of everywhere his beard was. And again, I did kind of leave some dark recesses. You can see here, I don't just glob it on there, I just kind of brush it over the top so I get sort of I guess the raised areas. I do get everything though, and again, I don't leave too, I guess the dark spots are very deep in there, but I do leave some of them. But this turned out to be actually really good. Hit it with that white. I also got a little bit on his cloak there, but that's okay. We just come back with that same color, hit it again. Again, these are base colors, so all we have to do is touch them up before we put on the washes and the highlights, and we'll be good. Next up, I grabbed some, I forgot which skin tone this is. Might be Cadian flesh tone, I think it is. And I just threw that on both his hands, and of course his face and nose area. Alright, now next up here, I used a little bit of silver to paint his sword there in the scabbard, and then I realized, I need a nice jewel at the top of it, so I got that Lothern blue, just pure Lothern blue, and just kind of touched it to the top. There you go, you get a nice, better look at it there. I didn't get the silver on camera, because I'm a terrible painter on camera, apparently. But next up, I actually got sort of a white and mixed it with a little bit of the gray, and I just got really, really only just a minimal amount on my paintbrush, and I just decided to hit all the gray areas, his beard, and then his hat, and just kind of gave him a slight dry brush. You'll see it picking up on just the raised areas there. Didn't do the cloak or anything, just the hat, just to lighten it up a little bit. And yeah, now I took a little bit of a wash here, and this is the Drakenhof Nightshade, I believe is what I used here, and just kind of threw that across the cloak and the hat. And then I grabbed my Nuln Oil and I hit all the gray areas, and then finally Agrax Earthshade as a wash for all the brown, including his belt and his scabbard. I did paint the belt with just a leather brown, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I didn't get that on camera either. Finally, all the flesh areas get a little bit of a little skin tone wash there, and it wasn't too much of it. And then I went straight for the highlights here. So I just grabbed that same Stegodon scale green and just kind of touch it against each of those raised areas. And just a little bit. You really don't need a lot of paint or anything. I usually just get a tiny bit, rub it off on my thumb, and then just kind of just drag it along those raised areas where I think the light's really going to hit. And that kind of helps. I then lightened up my brown. So that same brown, I just added a little bit of the leather brown to it, which lightens it up, and hit the staff and the scabbard. And then also added some to the boots and a little bit of lighter brown to the belt and stuff. But overall, I think it turned out looking really, really good. I love this Gandalf, and my son loves him. That's who he plays as when we play Journeys in Middle-earth, so he was real excited for this. But overall, I think it turned out great. Love the colors and everything, especially those blues. So anyways, that's going to be it for today. Nice short little episode here. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, maybe even subscribe. I also got a couple shots in here with the Balrog. Always got to have a good Balrog shot in there. Anyways, I will have some more videos coming your way. We're going to finish up Journeys in Middle-earth here. I will see you in the next episode, and good luck with all your writing and role-playing.